Hey guys, it's me again. I just thought I'd show you guys a little video, or do a little video, showing you guys my protection incense blend. I'm running kind of low. I used a bunch of it over the weekend, so I need to make a little bit more, so I thought I would show you guys while I make it. So, things you're going to need, start off, is a mortar and pestle to crush everything up. You're going to need some sort of a measuring device, either a spoon or a small cup, something, whatever you want to use. Just make sure you keep it consistent. So I'm using this little spoon right here. You'll also need a mixing bowl, which I have right here. It's my little wooden bowl. And you're also going to need a working candle, which I have right here. And you're going to need your herb. Oh, and also you're going to need a small funnel. This happens to just be a metal one, but you can get plastic ones that are fairly cheap. They work just as well. And that's it for the hardware. And then I also like to keep like some kind of a mat or an altar cloth, just to keep things from getting everywhere. Okay, so for recipe-wise, you're going to need frankincense, dragon's blood, cloves, rosemary, and rose petals. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to first light my working candle here. Get some of the gunk out. Didn't light it ahead of time. Should have, but I didn't, so it's okay. Okay, so that's lit. Now let's get to work. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is grind up some frankincense. You're going to need 2 parts of frankincense, so 2 measurements of whatever you're using. So I'm going to get 1, and 2. So it's 2 parts. So just get that pounded out. It takes a little bit of time to get frankincense pounded. So if you can get it done ahead of time, it works really well. And then it also depends on how much you want it ground up. Some people don't like it really ground up. Some people kind of do. Don't know what that is. So yeah, I'm just going to get this all mashed together. As soon as we get a good powder, or wherever you feel comfortable enough with. I usually go pretty fine with the frankincense. I don't like to keep it chunky or in big pieces. And it's good to keep your hand, one hand crushing, the other hand over it, so you can catch the little bits that fly out. And it usually works really well if you actually get your pestle in between your fingers like this, so that way you can cover the entire pot like that, and you can still maneuver around. So, just get it nice and ground up. Sorry for the dog in the back, he's overly excited. Super excited. A little bit more. Almost there. And again, this recipe that I'm doing, it's sort of a play on a little bit of change, not much different than one that Tiptoe Chick does. I think the only difference is that I add cloves to mine. But I believe our recipes are about the same. So, I think it's nice and ground. It's almost there. Again, because it's not a lot, it doesn't take a lot of effort. It's easier, smaller amounts you work with. So I'm doing small batches instead of one large batch. So, just a little bit more. Okay. One little arrogant little piece doesn't want to break down for me. Okay, so that's ground up. So we're going to go ahead and add it to our mixing bowl. get it all. Use your spoon if you have to. Okay. Alright, next we're going to grind up the cloves. So you're going to need 1 part of clove. Actually, you could probably do like half a part because it is kind of strong. And you don't want to overpower your mix. Probably about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. About 13 individual cloves altogether. So 13 witch's number, so super good there. Hold on one second. I'm just going to open the door so he can calm himself down. Sorry about that. Okay, so go ahead and get the cloves ground up. A little bit easier to grind up because it's not as hard as frankincense. Which, again, compared to some of the resins, frankincense is pretty easy to grind up. Love the smell of cloves, it's so delicious. Okay, and as you're doing this, keep in mind to, project protection and focus on that as you're doing this, so that your intention is in it. Alrighty, that's ground up enough. Okay, so we go ahead and add the cloves into the mix. So you get all the little bits. So that's cloves. Next thing we're going to add is 1 part rosemary. And these are kind of large, obviously. Oh, again, just get in there with your mortar and pestle, sorry. And just pound it out until you get it fairly fine. I just like to break these up, not as much. I don't like to go like powder on rosemary. Again, it smells so wonderful. I love it. Such a good smell. Little twig. Down. Okay. So now that we have the rosemary ground up, we're going to go ahead and add that to our bowl. Okay. So far we have 2 parts frankincense, half a part cloves, 1 part rosemary, and then we're going to do 1 part rose petals. And I just count out rose petals. I do like about 7 or so. We'll go with 10 this time because they were kind of small. Some of the ones I grabbed. Again, just get in there, and obviously rose petals are a lot easier to grind up. Don't require too much work. So just get in there and push the petals up. Get your fingers in there, push it along. phone is just really bothering me. Put it over there. Okay. And there's the rose petals. So, again, 1 part rose petals. And then we're going to do 1 part dragon's blood. And I already have, this is already ground dragon's blood. I have some resin, but I'm trying to finish out the ground bit that I do have before I hack at it again. Okay, so once you get it all in there, just like that, just give it a mix. You can just swirl the bowl around, get the spoon in there, and just give it a mix. It's so lovely. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so once it's all mixed up like that, you're going to go ahead and get your little container. I happen to have this little potion jar that I bought from Michael's, I believe, last Samhain. So, go ahead and get your funnel on there. And then, using your spoon, using your measuring spoon, go ahead and spoon in the mixture into the funnel. Yeah, just give it a light tap. And it'll sink in there. You can just help it along like that. A little bit more. And again, I'll put the measurements in the description bar so that you guys can get it. You don't have to keep rewinding back in the video to catch it. So I will have it posted there. Let's see, a little bit more, come on. Alright, one last bit. Sure, you do a really good job of cleaning your bowl out because the dragon's blood is fairly sticky, and it can just sort of linger in the bowl if you leave it. And there we go, a little bit more. Get in there. Alright. And there we go. So, there's your wonderful protection incense blend. You can use it, again, just as a protective incense blend on its own on a charcoal disc. You can carry it in a little in a little pouch, like a little mojo bag or something. I also use this particular blend when I make black salt. And it's an ingredient in my witch's bottle that I make. So, hopefully you guys have a super fantastic rest of the week. I'll be making another video shortly right after this one, talking about something else. So, blessed be. Until then, bye-bye.